Felony, and I'm bringing you continuous strange things. So let's get right into what's been happening in the apartment since the last time that we spoke. One of the things that's been happening has been with the radio, and I know that I have mentioned the radio in the bathroom before. It will sometimes turn itself on, turn the alarm mode on at midnight, even though I didn't put it in alarm mode and Michael never uses it, so sometimes it'll just go off. So that's happened a couple of times. But things have gotten a little bit creepier with that radio. I went in and turned it on one day, and I noticed that it was on a different station than the one that I had left it on. So I thought, oh, no big deal. Sometimes things happen and it'll go to the station that's right next to it, or the station that's next to it will overpower it or something like that. And when I adjusted it, I noticed that it was like 4 stations down the row. It wasn't even the station that would have been right next to it numerically. It changed its own radio station. And again, Michael doesn't use it. And I hadn't used it since the last time I used it. And I, of course, left it on the station that I wanted it to be on so that I wouldn't have to search for it again. So yeah, it's done that. And the other really creepy thing that it did was during the day, it came on. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I went to go check on it. And no matter what I did with the switch, if I turned it to on, if I turned it to alarm mode, if I turned it to auto, if I turned it to off, it would not turn off. It just kept playing. It has never done that before, and so far it hasn't done it since that one day. And it's so frustrating because I actually thought to grab my phone and I videoed myself turning the switch, and that it was a commercial at the time. I think it was like the radio station call number and a commercial that was playing back to back, and it just wouldn't go off. It wouldn't turn off no matter what I did. And I got it on video, and I can't put it in this video because of copyright strikes. So, so frustrating. I do have it. I do have the proof, and I can't give it to you guys. Do you ever have something like that? Like something to be true, but you can't really do anything to show somebody else that it's true? But it did happen. I do have the video. If I can figure out a way to get it to you guys, I will. But I even looked into that whole, you can use sound for 30 seconds and it won't be copyright, which is totally false. It's still a copyright strike. So be careful with your music, people. And also I looked in the commercials. Commercials are also copyrighted, so I can't put it in the video, even though I have it. So that's weird, has been happening with the radio. Electronics turning themselves on has spread to the TV. I have gotten up twice and had to turn the TV off. And I know that the TV was not on before we went to bed, because when I woke up, the reason I went into the living room to even check was because there was all this light coming in under the bedroom door from the living room. And I'm like, did Michael leave his computer on? Like, what is happening? So I went to go check, and both times the TV was on, even though we always turn the TV off before we go to bed to save electricity. And because, like I said, it's a bright light under the door. Who can sleep like that? I cannot sleep with the lights on. If you're that type of person, more power to you, but it's not something that I can do, and I have so much trouble sleeping and getting to sleep that I would not do anything to keep myself awake, basically. So that was weird. And then I can't remember if it was the last week or the week before. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Michael and I were sitting in the living room watching a movie, eating popcorn, and all of a sudden we heard a crash come from the kitchen area. And we looked at each other, kind of like, did you hear that? And we both heard it, and I was like, what was that? And he's like, I don't know, pots and pans falling over. But I was kind of skeptical because it wasn't that loud. So he got up and went to go check. And in the kitchen doorway, we don't have a door leading into the kitchen. It's an open, just walk into the kitchen. We have a curtain hanging on a tension rod, and it's one of those curtains that you see a lot in Japan, like in Japanese restaurants or Japanese stores. It's kind of split down the middle and you walk through. I found it while we were living in Japan and thought it was super cute. I'm a big Hello Kitty fan. I know you guys knew that, so I had to buy it. And then since we had the open doorway, I was like, oh, this is perfect to lead into the kitchen. So we put it up. It had fallen. Just for no reason, just fallen to the ground. So I tested, after we put it back up, I tested it. And I tugged on it, and you can see it does move if it's tugged really hard, but it doesn't even fall if it's tugged really hard. So I'm gonna put that clip in here so you guys can see. I do have some proof of something that I can't actually share with you. So here's that clip. This is the curtain here. You can see it's on a tension rod, and I'm going to tug. Again, it doesn't move. Okay, it moved a little, but it took a pretty hard tug, and even though it moved, it's not falling. So I don't know what would cause it to just fall when nobody's near it, nobody's tugging on it. It just fell on its own. As those in the paranormal community know, the more you talk about things, the more things happen. So when I'm not able to film a video for you guys or bring you guys things kind of get quiet for a while, but as soon as I make a video, things start right back up. Strange noises, things coming on, things not turning off, apparently. My headphones have not tied themselves in knots again since I talked about that in that video. So lots of strange things happening in this apartment still. And as they continue, I will do my best to bring them to you. Michael's actually on a run right now. He went to the park so he could social distance while running. And I'm like, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to film because it's my opportunity to do so. So I really wanted to bring this stuff to you guys and keep you up to date as much as I possibly can. And again, filming 2 videos, so I'll be in the same outfit. Yep, just like last time. So stay tuned for the second video, which is actually not an apartment video, but something that Michael noticed that was really creepy and strange about the opening I use in most of my paranormal videos. So if you want to hear about that, check out the next video coming up. Please remember, all of my social media will be at the end of this video, so stick around for that. And if you'd like to write me an email, just send me a message, or if you would like me to tell your story for Story Subscriber Time, my email's in the description box below. Even if you just want to tell me your scary story and you don't want me to share it, just let me know. I'd be glad to listen or read, as the case might be. Until next time, bye.